A new adventure starts with the growling of several goblins as they raid and massacre the whole village inhabited by humans, until one of the survivors finds a dragon flying in the starry night sky. On top of that dragon is standing the village's savior. The savior thinks to himself that ever since he was a kid he sought only one power, so that nothing could be ever taken away from him, and that he could be happy. And as he thinks that, he sends several power cut dolls with markings on them flying through the air and into the goblins group. And as those dolls come in contact with the goblins, a huge explosion occurs, killing all the goblins in the area. While the survivor is too baffled to digest the situation, a goblin jumps at him. However, wasting not a second, the dragon eats the goblin. Continuing his monologue, the savior from the heavens thinks that he acquired the power he so craved by taming monsters like the Ayakashi. He became the strongest in every sense. However, on one fateful night, all of it burned to ash, and the end of history's strongest exorcist came nearer and nearer, all because his students were taken hostage and he had to oppose the imperial court. While he was the strongest to ever live, he lacked cunning, so the imperial court sent his own students after him. Just as the exorcist is dying, one of the students looks at him crying. However, he assures her that he'll do better in his next life, and makes sure not to repeat the same mistake. Several years after being reborn, the exorcist wakes up in the body of Seika Lamprauge, the third son in the Lamprauge clan, a clan known for its mages. Just as Seika's magical ability is measured through a magical ritual, to everyone's surprise, none of the magical stones shine, meaning that Seika has no magic of his own. To make things even worse for Seika is that his mother was a mistress, hence he's treated like an outcast in the family. One of his brothers, Glai, laughs and makes fun of him. However, Seika can care little because while his body may not have any magic, it has a lot of spiritual power. Now, going to his garden lawn, Seika gathers some leaves and saying some special words. He creates some shikigamis from the leaves, turning them into mice and crows. As he's doing, suddenly his brother Glai intervenes and begins hurling insults at him, calling him a loser. However, he takes things a little too far when he tries to punch Seika for simply not saying the words to please him. Meanwhile, Seika does a special signal that calls his crows to rush to his aid and then start biting Glai. Fortunately for him, the eldest brother Rooft steps and shoos the crows away. However, after noticing that the crows only attacked Glai, he suspects Seika of doing something, for which Seika doesn't blame him. After that, Seika sends off his Shikigami into the sky so that he can learn more about this new world. He comes to learn that this is a land filled with magic and humans alongside demons coexist, and the land is similar to Europe in its previous life, but it's still more technologically advanced. Since then, 7 years have passed. However, since Seika is the son of a mistress, no particular celebrations are kept for him. Now back in his room, Seika hears a knock at the door, and when he opens it up, he finds Yifa, the housemaid, standing there. She tells him that she found Seika's clan cloak in the bushes once again. Hearing that, Seika immediately understands that it's none other than his brother Glai. And speak of the devil, because Glai interferes in just that moment and asks Yifa what she's doing since she should be working around the house. And while he's at it, he tries to rub it in Seika's face that he has no magic. While Glai is busy studying magic at Imperial Lodonia Magic Academy, one of the most prestigious magic schools in the nation. Fortunately, Seika doesn't have to listen to his brother's babbling for too long, since his father and the eldest brother came along and asked gladly to join them for magic training. Shutting off for once, as Glai accompanies his father, Seika asks him if he can join. Even though the father gives a stoic response, he takes Seika to the training grounds. At first, the eldest brother, using an enchantment, does a brilliant spell consisting of water, impressing his father. Not staying very far behind, Glai also does a fire-related enchantment and shoots out a fireball. However, since he's Glai, he has to show off to his little brother. But this time, Seika decides that he wants to get a shot at doing some magic too. And with his father's permission, he holds